think we're in England somewhere around the 1750s. Now, again, I get dates when I get them, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but that's what's coming through. Really, really weird things. Coming through as ladies maid, helpmaid, something not quite wet nurse, but almost like that. Ladies maid, helpmaid. Somebody's you're planning a jailbreak, and you are like associated with a troop of women that are sly, to say the least. There's something with somebody that has been. Somebody's been taken and they feel like they're wrongly imprisoned by somebody. And this feels very, very England 1750. I don't know who was the enemy of who at that point. This would be summer going into winter. I'm getting like July, August, September, October, November. Maybe end of August, September, going into like November, December time, going into that kind of a time frame. So you're in harvest times. There's somebody that's imprisoned. It feels like there's some sort of uprising, and we always look in the history and we see like the men are doing this and the men are doing that, blah blah blah. But there's this group of women. You're playing odds. You're setting off booby traps in the town? What the fuck? You won't do it on the nights of full moon. You'll do it on the nights where there's waning moonlight for sure. You go and you plan and you set 3 fires in the town. You set 3 fires alight in the town because if there's 3 fires that are unexpected fires, then people have to attend to them. They aren't to necessarily damage property, but they are to disrupt. A very disruptive element going on there. Very disruptive.
Before the revolution?
I think so. Disruptive element on purpose. I don't even know that it's bad. I'm not condemning it. But you're going around like wet nurses or women of a certain age that you know what you're doing and you're disrupting the shit out of things for your own cause to liberate whoever this is that's stuck. There you guys are. Now, yeah, this is going on in the harvest time and you guys are going around with the torches. There's a group of you that does this. You're going around with the torches starting these fires. And they're small fires meant to disrupt, like to get those that would be guarding certain premises off. In modern times, it would be like getting the fire department or the cops out to come to the rescue or do blah, 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 and leave whatever's being guarded less guarded. That's part of your plan. And you do a lot of these false alarms. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is totally planned. There's one of them that's a young leader that is strongly, passionately loved. This is your daughter's love that is in there. I think your love in this lifetime has already gone. Like, gone. Did he go in the same way? Did he go for the same fight? It feels like the justice was met there or dealt out there. Yeah, your time and your season with your sweetheart in this lifetime is gone. Your daughter is who you're concerned with, but you go in looking like the older wet nurse a little bit. This is giving me an age that is 30s, which back then would have been kind of old. Like people have kids way early back then. But that, I think you're in your 30s. I think your daughter has to be in her maybe 15s. So you might be closing in 30 to 40. She might be 15, 18, I don't know. But yeah, her young man, so to speak, is in there with whatever this is that is this rebellion. Oh yeah, it's all about the daughter's happiness. All about the daughter, all about the daughter, all about the daughter. This is where you know, you've known great joy. You know what it is. You know that kind of happiness and you want it for her. And this is where you and the other hags got together to create havoc. To wreak havoc, to break somebody free, to break them out. What the? Okay, all right. There's sulfur bombs that you guys do. I'm not sure what they're about, but I'm getting sulfur bombs. They smell like stinky lava. It's like rotten egg smell. Sulfur bombs that you place. It's like a bunch of tar and stinky crap. I don't know what it is, if that's just the fuel for the fires or if they also, no, they're gaseous. They're gaseous. You're doing this too. A couple of you know your chemistry really fucking well. And you're on this one. Hi, hi.
She said, does that affect today? Wow.
I have no idea how it fits. I don't know. I know you need to liberate whoever this is, and it takes several attempts through these months to get these people free. So whoever was your daughter's sweetheart and whoever was with him trying to liberate whatever it is, you were trying to help in whatever way you could, and you had knowledge. You had knowledge of chemistry, which is unusual, but maybe you just watch things. It's not like everybody had books back then. You had the wisdom your husband had. This is you at the grave of your husband. Even though it's shown as in the male form, it's you at the grave of your husband, mourning his loss. And you're going to raise his secrets from the grave to create change. There's no doubt about it. Whatever needed honored, whatever he brought to honor, he's bringing forward now. And it's like you feel like you're in tune and naturally in tune with some of this. You don't want to see the daughter's husband strung up or hung up or delayed any further. And it's all about shifting the perspective of those in power to either get him out or to create enough disruption and disturbance that he breaks free. You're going to have to try and plead with those in power, but does that help? No, it's really not helping. They just figure your husband got what was coming to him, so you guys go on about this. Wow. You guys are... You're creating havoc in places that would have bricked buildings. And I don't know if it is the tower, but there are towers involved. There's castles involved. There's shit involved. This is very, very uprising energy. You're not going to have this nonsense anymore. You don't need these people caught anymore. You don't need this disruption. You want your men back, is what I'm getting. You women want your men back. They've been taken. They've been held. God knows all that's happened to them. You want them back. This is how you try and get them free. What happens next? Why isn't this? This is creating disruption and disturbance throughout the country, but I don't know if it's got her particular one free. So far, it's just threatening those in power. And somebody else is getting the fucking blame for what you guys are doing, and you walk away. Tra-la-la-la-la. Yeah. Those who are seen as the good aren't the goods. The goodies aren't the goodies, and the baddies aren't the baddies in this. Be careful who you assign the goodies and the baddies to. There have been deaths. There has been blood paid for this. And still, there's people that are fighting for this fight, the good fight, the better principle. You will disguise whatever you need to disguise. You understand about the fire and the flame, again, over and over. You understand what would put out and squelch a fire just as quick as you would understand, like, flash powder of a magician or sulfur bombs or smoke or any of that. You understand pyrotechnics in a time that there was no pyrotechnics. I don't even know what that would be called back then. You understand it, and you come in very unassuming, very nonchalant to wherever you're coming, and then pretty soon there's an issue. They should have never fucked with you and never gotten your husband dead. Never. Never. They should have never. They didn't figure that his little wife would know what to do. They figured if they got him out of the way, she'd be out of the way. And no. No, 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 no. It's like you have angelic guidance and guardianship on this.
She it that's crazy fun? No, they shouldn't have.
I think it was like when you love really super deep, and this particular time around with that person felt very connected, very, very deep. And once he's gone, it's like, okay, bring it. I'm getting, okay, bring it, and I will bring you death. That's what your view on it is. You are ready to be the reaper and get whatever it is for your daughter's partner, for her happiness to move forward, and for the rest of this work to be finished. Like coming in thunderously. Why? Because of the love. You're running out of time. You're running out of time. He's still there. He's still there. You're running out of time. You have to form another plan. Somebody that you are working with in your little group of people has knowledge of more than a good sleep type of drinks. Sleep that would knock them out cold for a day, or maybe take them, right at death's doorstep. You need a better plan. You need a better plan. There's like what looks like a drink that would be a knockout drink here. There's somebody that's a guard here. There's somebody that's sitting watch, which I think is you sitting watch. Somebody standing guard. There's somebody ready to fight the gates of hell. And then there's somebody else that's like, oh no, what's going on? And this is you and your friends, you and your group, your clandestine group making the plan. You're not going to wait any further. I think if you get to the turn of the year, this guy's dead. I think that's what you know, and you're out of time. You're out of patience. Oh, yeah. You've paid people off. You've got somebody watching the gate again. You've got somebody paid off. You've got somebody to help make an escape happen, to make ready the escape. And there's something about a wheel, a water wheel, some kind of water wheel. What the hell is this? It's like there's fire on waters, fire on different places of lands. You're burning, I don't know what kind of fat or oil it is, but you're burning it so it would be like a quick burn, but a stink burn, like the other bombs, but you're putting it on water that's closer to where they keep him. You guys are doing a more bold move, a more bold attempt to get him out of there. Fuck. You got the plan. You got the good, solid plan. Finally, it's like you understand the lay of the land, all the entrance, all the places. You're riding in like Lady Death. Yeah, you're ready to go. Torch in hand like Lady Death. He'll be free or hell will be paid. Now there is some celebration, some victory. You've got double watch on a certain gate. This was something that you didn't expect that you would need, but you put double watch on a certain gate. It's important you did, because whatever you have on this thing that is this poisonous thing, you've got to be very careful with. The one who knew the alchemist wasn't quite as skilled as she thought she was. So you can do a lot of this stuff, but what she thought she had, she wasn't quite as skilled as what she had. And the person may not have drank as much as they should have drank. This is narrow getting to the garden, and getting to the garden. There's just a certain stretch of woods if you can get through and around. And it looks like that you've got him out of there. You're getting through and around. You're moving through, but you got to get to the garden. Her garden. This is somebody that has a little bit more station, that is actually in the mix with you. You guys are all commoners except for the one. And this is her garden. She's right here. She's in on the plot, the plan, The rescue mission, call it what you will. She's on a, that's you. There they are. All you had to do was break him from one place to this other place, and he has to hide out there for a while, for quite a while. And it looks like he does. Victory on that, yeah. Anything else? Final words? If nothing else is accomplished in this life, as long as you could accomplish this, you would die happy. It feels like this is what's preparing the things for the garden for your daughter's future, and that will make you very much happy. The uncertainty that was there has been decided. Decisions have been made. Bold actions have been taken. The plan was hatched here. The stuckness is reviewed here. You review this later on in life, and you're thrilled with it. You're complete with it. You've been strategic about it. You'll need to lay low. I don't even think you have to leave the country, but I think you lay low and unrecognizable. You lay low and unrecognizable for quite some time. They never saw you coming, and they wouldn't see you going. They would never have suspected you, but just in case, you do lay low. You do a different sort of gentler kind of thing, a gentler sort of approach, more like behind the scenes, like I'm getting barmaid coming through, like you would go to barmaid mode or serving girl type of mode of a sort. So your station and your association with your friend here, the one that had the garden close by, that has to be handled with care. You could have switched households that you work at. If you would have been near this household, she would have sent you far off. Maybe not super far overseas over country, but far enough to keep you from being recognized.
Are these people in my life today? Is my husband known now?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question. It's hard to say because we've been each other's daughters. We've been each other's mothers. We've been opposite genders, opposite roles all through history. Over and over again, these roles have been played. In this life, you were the mother with the husband who was caught up in this, who got killed. So that ceased there. But this was somebody you had deep, huge love with. And you fought really hard for your daughter to have the same. I think that you only had the one daughter. So this is what this is about. You had some station with somebody that was this big ally and this big friend. It would shock me if some of these people were not around in your life because this is a big enough thing. The roles they play and all of that, that didn't come through in this. The story of how far you would take it for the sake of what needed to be done. How clever and smart you were in taking it there. How other people were more in powerful positions than has been thought or been spoken of. It's like you changed the road of fate for more than just this one person that was your daughter's love. You changed the road of fate for many. So this isn't so much about your husband and family now as you being somebody that liberates people. You being somebody that helps free people. It wasn't so much about you being the domestic goddess extraordinaire or the true love Romeo and Juliet. No. It's how do you fly under the radar and liberate people? And that's what your job was. That's what your whole purpose was then. So this was a recalibration. There was an intervention on the path of fate because it needed to shift. And you were wise enough and smart enough to know what your husband knew before he died. So you made your plan and did what you needed to do.
Should put that as me, but I don't get too crazy. I still do that to an extent.
There will be shades, there will be threads, there will be things that are a little bit different in how you see it. But usually if you've had this feels like it got fairly complete. Like you might not need to go riding the hero horse quite this epically big. You might not have as much vengeance, but you might want things fair. But this is, like, this pretty much sums it up. They took it all, so you went in and you were like, okay, You're going to bring this to whoever stands in your way. It's like, yeah, you were ready. That's what I've got. That feels complete. It's not going to go further. This was a season of big, bold actions being taken over and over for this season of time.
No vengeance but fair. True.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So that's complete. That's just wild. It feels like there was 5 key players in the circle of women, and it feels like there was probably under 20, but a significant amount of people that were getting out of jail because of what you guys did.
She said, wow, incredible. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's just crazy.